Hi everyone, this is Sunette, and in this video we are opening up a dimension of awareness to play with, and this has to do with your smile. Right, so what does that mean? How many of us is actually aware of who we are within our smile? What does that mean? Let me take myself as an example. I've walked a process of slowly but surely becoming aware of myself more when I smile. Not in the context of, kind of when I realize I'm fake smiling, go, oh my God, someone's going to notice you're fake smiling. Make it more real, make it more real, make it more real. Or, this little voice coming up, maybe you should just smile and be nice, Or the other common voices, be careful, don't laugh, do not smile, keep a straight face. So, all of us have those little voices coming up. Okay, those many of us are familiar with, but are we aware of the experience, the emotion, the feelings, the movements that come up with the smiles? Now, you may wonder, why would that be important? Because it is actually from those emotions, feelings, and movements within myself that I became more aware of me. I learned more about myself. What does that mean? So I'm going to start this process by sharing with you where mine all started. And it started where I, for some time in my life, went through a form of depression. Okay, and it was a depression of such a nature where I could hide it very well. Where that feeling of just feeling low, tired, listless, not feeling like life, not feeling like just anything. It's like you lost. It's like that feeling of when you lose your appetite for one of your favorite foods, and it's one of your favorite foods, but it's that love for it is just not there anymore. It's like that conflict also that's always there. Almost liken it as well to, for lack of a better description, but sometimes have those series or movies where a person's being taken over by another force or another being, but their conscience or consciousness is still in the body. That part of them is like wanting to come out, but this thing has completely suppressed it and taken over. That is, for me, how depression feels. There's this part of me that's just taking over the best of me, and that just really wants to come out, and I know it's there. So that's how I felt for some time, and I realized I got so almost, dare I say, and this might sound like a very weird description, but almost maliciously good at faking my smile. So good that it actually turned around and, forgive me for my frankness, but in a way screwed me over, because what eventually started happening was I started becoming so good at deceiving others, I actually started deceiving myself. Where I started, just for a moment, when I fake smiled to other people, during my day, and this is how my smile was, really got the cheeks in and my eyes just glistening enough, my smile there. It's like I got it to that ratio on my face where the ordinary person wouldn't be able to see through it. Where if most people don't or is not observant really of the detail of what a real smile entails. And not only on the facial expression, but also the rest of the body behavior and the presence within it. So for me as well, to this day, whenever someone smiles, that's everything I take into consideration. I don't only look at the face. I look at the detail of the corner of the eyes, the smile. Interestingly enough, there's a lot here around the nose as well that says quite a bit. Little twitches in the mouth that you can't fake. There's also a lot to do with the relaxation, the comfortability level of the body. And then in all of that, I also check in on the general presence. So even though I've observed quite a lot in others, there's not always anything I can do about it if I do notice someone is fake smiling, because it's it's part of a greater process that they're walking. So I don't so much take on the smile as much as I take on what's behind it, and then I start finding more out about that, and then I ask them, hey, what's going on, or can I assist and support with that? Or if I know I can't, I at least ask someone else to step in some way or another. And I could only start doing that because it took me a while to start assisting and supporting myself within it. And it was intriguing in how sad that time really was, where I in a way thought that I was using other people's weakness against them to hide my own experience within myself, when all the while I was exposing and bringing out and maturing into and manifesting my own greatest weakness. And that was, in my process, one of my greatest weaknesses was a tendency to suppress. There was quite a few, but suppression was one of them, where I had to get out of a habit of suppressing and making everything be okay, and instead be honest with myself, work through the thing, and just change. A lot easier than playing a whole game with yourself of everything's okay. Well, not even yourself, with everyone else, and then backfires on yourself. Everything is okay. That I also looked at, for me personally, came through my cultural history, my family, where, the women in the family were always seen as very strong, But, and then I tried to be that strong when I was a little girl. And the only way I could conceptualize strength was to hide anything else that was perceived as weakness. And then later on, that got adapted to almost everything of myself, where I suppressed everything and just thought I'd be what everyone else wants me to be. It is kind of frightening when you lose track of what you start doing, and how when you leave it to your mind, it can morph into something completely different, and you lose yourself in it completely. But what I want to share with you in this video that you can start playing with for yourself and starting to just have a look at your relationship with your smile is get to know it for you. And in a way where you make sure you're not fake smiling, and when you're fake smiling. We all know we do. There is one thing that's always been a constant in my process. That is what I do with my body. My awareness is always there. So even if you've never started the process of self-honesty, that's maybe one point where you can start. Your own smile. That's something you always own. Your own smile. Because it's your smile. No one else can smile for you. That's also one of the greatest proofs, that it is only us in our body, for sure. And you can start expanding that even more and realizing how much more you're aware of your body than you realize, and how much you've been taking for granted of your own awareness. How I've even come so far in my process to ask myself, have I been playing down how aware I really am? Because I don't want to admit to myself how aware I actually am. Because if I do, I know I can actually start changing a lot more inside myself and about myself than even I want to admit. So, get out of your mind's comfort zones, everyone. Come on. Learn what it means and explore a bit what it means to change, to decide to live, to express different things. But how my smile assisted and supported me was where, the moment I started looking more deeply into, okay, how long have I been accepting and allowing this depression? Just also because I got so used to it, and I already changed my whole body conditioning to it, and just started fake smiling everywhere for almost months. And I saw how I kept myself in that state of depression, also equally in the support of how I conditioned my own smile. When I started deciding, hey, I actually want to smile for real now, it was actually initially difficult. It's like my cheeks felt like they were tight, like out of practice, in a way. And when people started taking photos of me, I started practicing really just closing my eyes for a moment before, just relaxing, just being myself, and then smiling how I'd like to smile. And in the moment before the photo was taken, I'd give that smile. And then I would start cross-referencing my real smiles. And then that assisted and supported me in breaking through a depression so looking more deeper into it and deciding, I don't want to live with this anymore. I want to be free in myself and my own smile, then accepting and allowing this experience that I'm going through within me. All right, everyone. So here's another window of opportunity, which is your own smile and assisting and supporting you to become aware of who you are in your smiles. And that you can also do expanded, challenge yourself with this, expand it in your everyday life, where you just see the moment you smile, hold it there for a moment, go, who am I in this? Am I really smiling? Even if you sometimes don't feel like smiling and you see your fake smiling, just decide, you know what, I'm smiling here. I want to really smile. This is my body, my expression. I'm really smiling now. And it just takes a moment where you can even just lift your head, for lack of a better word, just lift your own spirits and put on that real smile that you know is yours. All right, everyone. Thank you very much.